Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Drew in the Mask podcast with Legend. Say hi, Legend.
Hello, hello.
And AdSea. Say hi, AdSea.
Uh,
And me, your host, Drew in the Mask himself. How are we doing, lads?
Not too bad, not too bad at all. It's been a busy week for some games and not a busy week for others.
Yeah.
Big news in the tech world as well.
I woke up and my head chose violence, so I have that.
Yeah, so you played Killer on DVD this week. Right, so I'm going to jump straight in with this fantastic app I found called Petrol Prices, UK Fuel Prices. So, lads, tell me, have you ever, been short on fuel and you're at work and you think, damn, I need a petrol station nearby. You reach in your pocket and you find like £12.50. But you want that £12.50 to go far because you're not getting paid for another couple of weeks. Honestly, this app will help you with that. You just put in your nearby location and it shows you all the petrol stations and their prices.
That's
really
convenient.
useful.
Yeah. Literally,
As long as you can get to that petrol station that has cheaper fuel.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. But it's like I was literally looking. Where I was working, there were three petrol stations nearby. One of them was 5p difference, and I literally had to go another half a mile up the road. I didn't even know that petrol station existed.
No
Very
surprise
handy.
there.
Yeah, well, but it's a useful app. So, any guys at home fancy it. It's also user input as well. So if you find a price has been updated more on the app, you can actually plug it in yourself.
That's
so there's a
good.
bit of community drivenness there.
It's like how, do you remember the old traffic updates where people used to have to text in to update the traffic?
Yeah.
So it's a bit like that, really.
Okay.
You know that you can mess with people with the app.
Yeah, I think they.
You
You're
can
not going to go
troll
too
people
much, are you?
with
Like
this.
£10 a litre.
No, you could go like, oh, look at this. There's like 50p per liter per gallon or something.
Oh, 50p.
Oh, you
Those were
could
the days.
mess with people.
Do you remember when it was 50p a litre?
Because if it's public controlled and like public reliant information, then yeah, you can mess with this app quite a bit.
Please don't mess with the app.
Yeah, try not to troll too much.
We need it. We need it to save money. We're in a crisis at the moment. Fuel prices, food prices, everything prices.
No, the fuel prices are, I think
They're sensible for now.
Well, yeah, they got back to the manageable levels where it was supposed to be pre-COVID.
Honestly, cheapest at the moment are the supermarket fuel stations. It's either going to be Tesco's, or if you get the 5p off a litre voucher at Morrison's, it's Morrison's. But you have to spend 50 quid to get that. So if you're not shopping at Morrison's, just go Tesco Garage. It's easier.
A lot of people have still been saying that the independent gas stations have been pretty good for prices.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like if you have a garage that gives sells fuel as well, you can get cheaper. It's just because usually they don't sell out as fast, so they lower their prices as well.
Yeah.
And they're most likely out of the beaten path, so you don't go through there often.
Another good thing with the app, say you're going on a long journey, say you're going from Norfolk to London, you can see on your route what will be the cheapest petrol station, so you can fill up on the way.
Right, and then you could schedule the stops as well.
Exactly. It's quite good for that sort of thing. So, moving on, sticking with car news, the Microlino. So, this little tiny car is brought to us by the guy that made the fold-up kick scooter. And he's now gone into electric cars. He's more or less taken the design of the old bubble car, if you remember what that is.
Is that the one that looks like a orange?
It's like the
if
tiny
it's in orange,
one-seaters, isn't it?
yeah, it's the one the door opens up at the front.
Oh yeah. Wasn't that the one where Jeremy Clarkson
No,
showed
that's
on
no. You're
here?
thinking of the God, what was it called?
Where
PLP 50.
where you basically can lift one
No,
side and
that's the PLP 50. This is
just turn it around.
I think its other name was the Messerschmitt, German brand. Yeah, this little electric car. It's basically the bubble car. It's just the electric version. It's a Swiss company from Micro. They have their own website. You can order the car on the website, microlino-car.com, and you can get. There's 4 different variants on it, going from like the basic, like 95-mile range
It
car.
says here ultimate simplicity, touch of retro, the modernist, and then first 999. So
Yeah.
limited edition.
Yeah, it's. I think in the UK it's going to be 13,000 is the cheapest variant you can get. They're somewhat customizable. You can configure them to whatever you're liking.
Yeah, it does say it starts from 17,990 euros.
Yeah.
So
So what they're doing, they're going to make factories around different countries, including the UK. And in the UK, it's coming out in the spring. So it's any time from now until the end of May, they're going to start producing them to be sold here.
That's really interesting.
Yeah.
Especially since it's not one of your usual big car companies.
No. Oh, another thing they said, the CEO said that most people complain about their cars being too big and too juicy. Like they're 95% too big. You're literally on your own, but you're in a 5-seater car. So why not just get a 2-seater
100%.
that cost you £10 to do 350 miles? And on the wall plug-in for the smallest model that does the 95-mile range, there's 4 hours on a in-wall socket.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Like, that's incredible.
Yeah, my one's got a slightly bigger battery, and it does 3.5. No, it's actually a smaller battery. 3.5 hours on that to fully charge it. But mine's like a buggy. It's it's open. This is fully enclosed.
Yeah. So this it could be the entry level for most people looking to switch over to electric cars.
Yeah, if they want a cheaper point, because I think this is going to be the cheapest, most sensible. Because the only thing that comes close to this is the Citroen Ami, but that's not in the UK market at the moment. Whereas this is coming this season.
Yeah, this is confirmed for the UK market.
Yeah, and you can get, like I said, it's a 95-mile range for the lowest. The highest is almost 300, 277 miles.
standard range is 91 kilometers.
Yep.
On 90 kilometers an hour speeds, and 0 to 50 kilometers an hour, it's 4.9 seconds.
Yep. You can drive it on the
Acceleration.
motorway.
Oh yeah. Well, if
it-
you're gonna go at 55 comfortably, like pushing it.
Yeah, it does have a speed charger. So if you're going on a long journey, let's say you're going from here to Cornwall, you can just put it on a rapid charger. So if you've got the Pod Point app, just find the Pod Point that's on the way, put it on charge. And it won't even take the 4 hours because it's not a wall socket. It'd be the 7 kilowatt charger instead of the 2 kilowatt that you have at home.
So
you're doing it in about an hour and a half.
We've now got the very small electric car coming. The real question is, when are we going to get an electric Reliant Robin?
Do you know what? There's not been a lot of the 3-wheelers because the original bubble car was 3 wheels. And this one's 4 wheels. So I don't think you're going to get a 3-wheeled car electric.
Wouldn't it be cool to see, though?
Yeah, you could get it on motorbike insurance, but the thing is, electric cars have cheap insurance anyway. Like my one is half the price of my car.
I mean, a fun little fact about the Reliant Robin is you don't need a driver's license to drive it.
Yes.
Don't encourage people.
Please don't. Why is that a thing? I don't know. But yeah, this thing it's free road tax if it is in the UK. Very cheap to drive. I mean,
For now.
For now, it's free if you got solar panels on your roof and you just put it on the timer so it charges in the daytime.
Yeah, but like no tax. It's for now.
Oh, no tax for
I
now.
think-
Yes.
You know that the government is gonna come back to us and go like, oh yeah, you need to tax this now.
Yeah, I think for people who aren't married or aren't planning to have children, this is probably the perfect car because
Yeah.
of how cheap it will be.
It's 2-seaters with a boot, so it has a door at the front to get in, and then at the back it has this slightly smaller door. It's basically the same width, but it's higher up to get your stuff in the back, your shopping and that. And the batteries, I think, are just under the seat, so it doesn't use up any space.
Yeah, should be good. The only issue I can foresee is not having enough space for other stuff. Like if you do a big grocery shop and like, let's say you want to buy a barbecue.
You just
for
kick the
some reason.
wife out.
It has what was
It's the easy bit.
I've seen it somewhere. It has a 230 liter volume.
Yeah.
Trunk volume.
You're not going to have a problem with
Yeah.
boot
that-
space.
I think that's more than smart.
Yes, it is. Even though it's smaller than a smart car. Get that.
I mean, this is curb weight.
That means the
5
boot must
kilos.
dip down as you open it. If that makes sense, as in it dips down below the seats. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
I reckon it must do because of the way it has
Because
those covers on the back wheels.
Don't forget, this doesn't have an engine. It has electric
Yeah.
motors.
Yeah, so
That's true. So you get all that extra space. I didn't
Yeah.
consider that.
I'm pretty sure just looking at the shape of it and like on the inside where the doors open, the motors have to be at the back, and the battery's going to be under the seat, so they're in the middle.
Well, the battery has to be in the middle, otherwise it's going to be unbalanced.
There you go. Here's the question of the day: do you prefer a trunk or a frunk?
You mean like a Porsche 911?
So yeah, either the boot in the back of the car like normal, or the boot at the front where the engine normally would be.
I don't know. I quite like Bumblebee.
I don't mind either, as long as it's for
Yeah.
for
What was it? The Ion electric car. That has the boot at the front, but it's tiny.
Yeah, frunks normally are quite small.
Yeah, so I think at the back's always the better option. You know, you can fit your golf clubs in this one. So if any of you guys at home are thinking about getting an electric car and you've been waiting for the right one, I think this is it for your first tryout because they're not going to make many to start with. This year it's going to be 500, next year it's going to be 5,000. The demand for it is 36. I'm going to read this last paragraph actually because it brings us up.
Just to interrupt quickly, is
Yeah.
that 500 of each model?
No, in total. So
Right, gotcha.
the Microlino is already a smash hit. More than 36,000 prospective buyers have already registered to buy one. Although only 500 will be delivered in Europe this year, this rise to 5,000 next year, with the car going on sale in the UK in the spring. Microlino is secure product partnered in this country and reduces the carbon footprint of transportation. So it's going to be the most economic electric car on the market. It is now because it's already out in Europe. We'll move on. I will briefly talk about the new line of Funko Pops that are coming out.
I was looking at the Twinkie Hostess Pop.
Yeah, I'm bypassing those because those have been like on the thing for a while. I'm going to start with the Boruto one. So we've got the keychain Boruto, the Boruto Next Generation one, £5, and then we've got the Pokemon, the new Pokemon Pop vinyls. We've got Arcanine, Glaceon, and Score Bunny, £13 each, or exclusive to Target in America, which would probably be the equivalent of Tesco's in the UK, the 10-inch Glaceon Pokemon. So it's the same as the small one, but just a lot bigger. Then we got the My Hero Academy Twice keychain, as in the villain Twice. We talked about this a little bit last week. You know the Disney 100 geometric that we talked about? They had the R2D2 one shown, the concept for it. The next one is going to be Tinkerbell.
I was just about to say the Tinkerbell looks really cool.
Yeah. And then we got something from Jujutsu Kaisen. We got Grogu with the buttons from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. I don't know why they've been a bit late with that. Baseball Freddy Funko. The Little Prince. I don't know what the Little Prince is from. I do apologise. We got this big Spider-Man Deluxe pot vinyl that has a corner of the Statue of Liberty head. I don't know if they're going to have other Marvel superheroes with the other pieces of the Statue of Liberty head. That would be kind of cool if I can jigsaw them together.
Yeah, I'd like to see that as well. Like all three of the Spider-Men.
Yeah. Oh, good. Into the Spider-Verse again.
They have the cocaine bear.
Oh yes, well. The cocaine bear. I don't want to talk about that. That's a weird concept. I got some. They got some WWE pop vinyls, some new ones coming out. They got a Spider-Gwen Marvel with comic. Or is that just a comic cover? Yeah, it's a comic poster basically. And they got the Funko 25th anniversary DC Joker. Little steel box with Joker pop vinyls, Joker coins, some Joker cards, that sort of thing. Right. We'll quickly go on to the gadgets. Let's go on to the Nothing Ear. Nothing Ear have announced the second generation of flagship wireless earbuds. The Ear 2 looks basically identical to the Ear 1, but improves sound, noise cancellation quality. Features include Bluetooth multi-point and more customizable EG settings. So hopefully they're a sensible bit better. I was hoping for more battery life, but it doesn't say anything about battery life. Yeah.
You can notice that most of the tech industry don't actually talk about battery life anymore.
No. I always look at the battery life. I don't want it to last less than a day, you know. I don't want to put it on charge all the time. I have a problem with my phone now. I have to put it on twice a day. So we've got the Nomad Stand 1, a wireless charger. The Stand 1 is a wireless charger stands that fully supports MagSafety. It's unique because it's made of real premium materials, whatever that means. Probably carbotanium. A solid metal body paired with a glass top. A weight just over £1. Available in silver or black. Basically, it's a slightly upright wireless stand. Really good if you want to watch TV. So it's not one that sits flat on a table. It's literally a stand, but it's a wireless charger. I don't know how it sticks. Maybe like some rubber grips or something.
Yeah, for £110, I would look somewhere else. Truly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels completely unnecessary.
You can plug it in and just have a tripod. That's not pounds though. That's dollars. We're looking in dollars.
Dollars. Well,
okay.
What, 90 pounds?
The Nano Leaf light bulb, though, that's interesting.
It's a light bulb. I wasn't going to look at that one.
I know it's a light bulb, but it's Nano Leaf, so you'll probably be able to customize it and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's got full LED RPG.
It's going to be cool,
it.
But it's,
yeah.
like, you know, it's just one of them little things.
Isn't it like the Philips light bulbs?
Don't you need a hub for that? This one you don't need a hub for, do you?
No, you don't need a hub for Philips as well.
Oh, okay.
But I think this one has maybe more hues. Possibly.
Okay, let's go on to the cheapest OLED TV that's now on the market. Samsung S90C OLED TV. It's finally making more LED TVs. I'm trying to get to the juicy bits. It's basically the just cheapest OLED TV, but it's decent. 55-inch model is $1,900. And if you don't want to splash out on $1,900, there is the new LG 49-inch ultra wide curved. And when I mean ultra wide, I mean this is bigger than CinemaScope. CinemaScope's 21:9. This is 32:9.
That's interesting. How big is it compared to the G9 Odyssey? Because the G9 Odyssey is quite big from what I remember.
Don't know.
We can actually see. Look into it.
G9.
E9.
See,
Odyssey.
aspect ratio is. Oh, it's the same, 32:9. So it's the extra ultra wide instead of CinemaScope.
So they're the same size, yeah?
They're the same
Just
aspect ratio.
One's LG
Yeah.
and one's Samsung.
Yeah. And this is $1,300. Will be available from 2nd of April.
Wait, how much?
$1,300.
$100. And well, Samsung's Odyssey is.
I'm guessing it's more because you pay for the brand with Samsung. LG's not too harsh on their prices.
Samsung are a very reputable brand when it comes to TVs and monitors.
Well, it starts at £1,200, so it is more expensive.
Is there any other gadgets you guys want to throw in before we move on to games?
I mean, DJI goggles Integra is an update
Yeah.
for their DJI drone.
If you want new
First
goggles for your VR, for your VR droning, then yeah, there's the new integrated goggles.
FPV, first person view.
Yeah, virtual reality goggles for your drone.
Yeah, I mean, it's $150 more affordable.
Yeah, it's a cheaper model, but it's still $500.
True, but that's probably one of the better consumer-ready technology you could get for FPV
Yeah.
with the drone.
The Theo portable DAC is also quite interesting to me. Purely because it's got that form factor of it can be used as a DAC for your desktop, but also portably. So this could possibly improve like IRL vlog quality and things like that potentially.
Yeah.
I mean, if you do like I don't know podcasts on the go, would be. I don't know. I've never done that, so I'm just speculating here.
I apologise for the noise in the background. My gerbils are making a mess.
Can't even hear them.
Oh, don't worry. The podcast will pick it up. Right. Let's move on to games. So coming up in April. But I'm going to be hated for just mentioning this. Hogwarts Legacy for PS4 and Xbox One. As far as I know, this may not be true, but instead of it being open world like it is for the other consoles and PC, this is taking. It's like a down graphics, and you have to load into each room rather than.
That's annoying.
Yeah, because beforehand, it was you went up to a door and it would start loading as the door was opening to load the next segment. This, you would literally just be a black screen, it will give you a loading bar, and then you'll be in the next area. Yeah. And I think they're doing something similar for the Switch, but it might even be worse than that, because it's going to be like PS2 graphics or something like that. So yeah. And we've got Meet Your Maker, April 4th, Road 69, Mile Zero, April 4th. So we've got those three on the horizon.
So Meet Your Maker, I'm very excited for because
Yes.
I actually helped to work on the game.
Yes. Would you like to talk about that while we mention it?
I didn't do too much. My main role was sort of testing the quality of the controller. I've been working on it for quite a while with the team. After it went into open beta, they were sort of done with me because now they have the open testing, but it's been really fun to work on, and we've really worked to optimize it and to make sure it's an enjoyable experience for a long time on both sides.
Is there any trailers out for it yet?
There's a few trailers and dev blogs from what I remember, and then when it went into open beta, we removed some of the NDA on it, so there is a few videos by popular YouTubers on there.
That's nice. Yeah, obviously go and check that out. You'd be supporting both the devs and Legend. We also got, what we're saying, 6th of April, Curse of the Sea Rats. No idea what that is. The free DLC for Resident Evil 4 Remake, The Mercenaries. So make sure you grab that.
The Mercenaries is a great DLC as well.
Make sure you grab that on 7th of April. I'm guessing it's going to be midnight for each country, same as it was before for the main launch. Mega Man, who remembers Mega Man? Battle Network Legacy Collection. I have a feeling they're going to bring back some of the older games for that. And that's it for the next 2 weeks for games. I'm just going to double check quickly.
Dead Island 2, After Image, Minecraft Legends.
Oh yeah, that's what I was going to say. What I'm looking forward to in the month of April, Jedi Survivor. I think I might have to get that one. I keep seeing the trailers pop up for it. I was like, my days, this is even better than the first one, and the first one was good.
Yeah, it looks very good, and it looks like it's refined a lot of things from the first one as well.
Yeah, slightly updated graphics, because wasn't the original one on PS4? I don't think they made it for PS5, did they?
I don't know, actually.
Because it was a little while ago. A couple of years? 2-3 years?
Yeah, I don't know, but I think those are the main games. There's not many that are releasing this month, unfortunately.
Of course, we've got the Dredge as well. That's out. It's out now. It's out today.
What is the Dredge? I haven't heard of that one.
Creepypasta boat game made in Unity by the looks of it. It's got that polygon Unity look to it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's Dredge as in the name of the game, not the killer from Dead by Daylight.
I know.
Just to clarify.
The cover is very reminiscent of... Oh, what's it called? The Square Enix story game.
Yeah. I've seen trailers of it, but it's just not... It's not pulling for me.
It's animated, so more like of a cartoonish look at it.
It looks like it'll be a fun time, but...
Yeah, I've played games too similar to it, and, you know, they're very... Jody and stuff. It might have a good story to it. I don't know. We just have to see what reviews come out for it. If it's out today, then we can see some streams on it and report on it next week.
Potentially.
Yes. Speaking about reporting on things a week later, how do we think that Resident Evil 4 remake went?
I mean, it's just Resident Evil 4, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's not much to say.
I saw a side-by-side with the Leon from the Resident Evil 2 remake to this, and my days did they put some detail into it. It's such a bigger game and such better details on it.
What you have to keep in mind is that the original Resident Evil 4 was released way back on, the GameCube, I think?
Yes.
So it's been a long time.
PS2 graphics. I'm talking about the remake of Resident Evil 2. It still looks better to that.
Yeah. So.
Whereas Resident Evil 2, his hair's like solid on his head. In this, they put more individual strands of hair on him. So, you know, it's more like a Pixar animation.
Yeah, but that's the power of the modern day engines now. You can put so much detail in. You can make them look photorealistic if you want to.
Did they use Unreal 5?
I would assume so. I don't see why they wouldn't use Unreal 5.
Yeah. Just looking at some of the pictures now, it's you can see the density of detailing. There's some things that could be improved, like the trees look a little bit flat. You don't see the shape of the bark on the tree. It just looks flat with pixels on it. But you know,
So that
other
means
things.
what do you expect?
Yeah. It's a lot better than the previous 2 remakes. They've expanded on it quite a bit.
Which is nice to see. It's always nice when they do a remake and add a little something, so it doesn't feel like
Yeah.
you're playing the exact same game you played
And
20 odd years ago.
It's actually
Yeah.
an improvement.
Yeah. And we're getting free DLC.
Not like what was it? Warcraft from Blizzard's remake. the biggest joke.
Yeah, I do feel better with this game. Just playing it, it feels more open world. The other ones seem more enclosed and a bit more linear. You're constantly going back and forth, but you're going down the same path, or you're just going round in a donut. Yeah. Whereas this, it's more you're in a big village, and you're in like houses that can go in between them, and it's just a bigger space that you feel like you're in.
Yeah, 100%. And that's all because of the updated technology we have available.
I was a bit frightened with the doors. I thought I'd get
Oh,
stuck
God.
on a door because it is one of those
you never
doors.
know with these games. You never know with these games. That's the thing.
Oh, just look what happened with Cyberpunk. You remember the lockers in the first bit, the tutorial missions? What's his name? The guy you're with, the Mexican chap. He would go past the locker doors, like T-pose past the locker doors, and they're all flap at 1,000,000 miles an hour.
Yeah. It's such a shame what happened with Cyberpunk, because, that set a precedent for gaming. Every game now is going to be compared to Cyberpunk, essentially.
Yeah. Unfortunately. I know I will. Oh yeah, Dead Island is out this coming month. Damn, they sped that up a bit. Weren't they going to say like 2024?
Yeah, I thought it was to be determined still.
Yeah, and we got Monster Hunter Rise as well. More Monster Hunter Rise.
Yay.
I'm still playing like Dauntless and Monster Hunter Online.
See, Dauntless I couldn't get on with, but like Monster Hunter World I did enjoy.
I was a little peed off about Dauntless being you had to pay for it, and then it became free to play, and then the people that paid for it went on a bit of a rampage.
See, I only tried it when it was free to play, and I just couldn't gel with it.
No. They didn't really improve on it. They sort of just released on it. I mean, it wasn't too bad at the time. It had a lot of interest, and it had its own fan base, so they just went with it. I don't think it's going to be much on Monster Hunter though.
Monster Hunter is still the leading game in that genre, I feel.
It's more popular as a whole. And when you have the little cat guy following you, it just makes it even better.
Yeah, and that's the thing. So I feel like Monster Hunter World was the real revamp for it, and then the 2 games since then have just been building upon what the standard that game set. So Monster Hunter's only getting better, I feel.
Yeah. Do you have some DBD news, Legend?
I can go over the PDB that was just released.
Yep, let's go with that.
So the PDB, it came out yesterday. So the main takeaways from it is they've reworked the Autohaven maps. So you know how there was always that massive car wall, and like you could just stand at one end of the car wall, see the killer, and run away.
They moved the main building to the middle, didn't they? Rather than
to the
side.
They moved the main building up, and the car wall, they've separated that now. So now it's like more smaller loops.
Oh, thank God for that.
So
they were awful. I always get killed on those.
Yeah.
I don't even go near them if I'm in chase.
So there is more pallets around the map, but there's also less big structures, if that makes sense.
If I was killer as well, because if I was trapper on that map, I would keep the traps away from those areas to force the survivors to choose that route.
So, yeah.
Just so I can have the longer loop so I can catch them. So, yeah, this was a much neneeded revamp to the
especially
map.
for those maps, definitely.
Yeah.
Another thing that's happened is, so do you know about light burning?
No.
So when the game first released, certain killers such as the Nurse and Wraith, you could shine a flashlight onto them and stun them out with their powers.
Oh, I knew this with the Wraith. I didn't know this about Nurse because I don't really play Nurse.
You can remove the hag traps as well by shining a flashlight on them.
That's right, I remember.
Light burning has been completely removed from killers. So now to get rid of hag traps, you can go up to the traps and you can like wipe them away. But
Oh,
there is
that's good.
there is no more light burning.
Yes, because I think they're gonna just nerf lights to the point. They might even just get rid of them. To be fair,
Yeah, I
'Cause
mean, light burning is a very old mechanic that does not need to be in the game now.
the amount of times I've seen killers just DC just because they got flashed after they tried to kick a pallet about 10 times.
Snowflakes.
Yeah, snowflake killers. They melt underneath flashlights.
Too much heat.
Some killer tweaks. Billy got nerfed.
No,
Not sure
oh, I
why.
heard about this yesterday.
Yeah,
I was reading about it on Reddit.
They nerfed his double speed, which is like whatever, but like why? Billy's not strong.
No,
Billy was already nerfed to the ground.
yeah,
Exactly. The pig got buffed, which is nice. Increased crouch movement on the medical file add-on. Oni got buffed. Didn't need a buff, but sure. Freddy got buffed, but it doesn't matter because all of his add-ons suck. Clown got nerfed. His insta-bottle...
you cut out.
Yeah.
Legend.
Oh, sorry. I let go of the button, didn't I? So Clown, that's where I was.
Yes.
So his insta-down add-on has been decreased the amount of bottles he can have, so he is still just worse Huntress for that add-on in that respect.
But you're hating that.
Really. I know, I do love Clown.
Legend is a clown main for those who don't know.
Actually, I am now a Skull Merchant main.
I'm not surprised, really. You've been paying the hell out of her.
I have really been enjoying her. She can be a bit boring, but I don't know. There's something about her that...
She's now my
Takes me
number
the right
one on my
way.
Smash will pass list.
I mean, that outfit... Ooh.
And that pixie cut. And those nails, man.
They nerfed Pinhead slightly.
Pinhead.
So now you can't camp the box anymore.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. Because the box, there's been too much abuse on the box, so they said, yeah, we're nerfing that hard.
Yeah. I'm surprised they didn't remove the Franklin's interaction from it.
Because you can't leave the map unless you got the chains off.
Yeah.
They should just get rid of that so you can leave with the chains off, because that could be an end game. Forget Starstruck or anything like that.
Oh, and then they also buffed Pyramid Head, which is fine. Like, people are just going to use the same two add-ons. It doesn't really matter.
To be fair, not long ago he was the number one killer, and after the purge he kind of wasn't.
Right. Let's go through perks now. This is great. So, Scourge Hook Pain Resonance. Completely useless now.
Oh, really?
You get four uses total, and a generator loses... Actually, it's not that bad. They have buffed... So, when they originally announced this change, they weren't buffing the progress lost. They were just going to keep it at 15%. They have now buffed this to 20%.
Is this fixed? Like, this is what's going to happen? Or is this just test?
Yes, this is fixed. It's not based on how much generator progress they already have.
Okay.
So, that makes it a lot better, actually. So, it's not as bad. So, you get 4 uses of 20% regression. So, it's going to be really important to manage your Scourge Hooks and not use them early. You're essentially going to be using it as you would use Old Pop the Weasel.
Okay.
Which,
interesting.
although Old Pop was usable 12 times, this is only usable 4. So I would like to see it go up to 25%. But at the same time, you do not have to go out of your way to kick a generator. So I think it's kind of okay.
I'm still using
Gearhead.
Jolt. Oh, aren't they nerfing Jolt?
No, I don't think they're touching Jolt at all.
Thank God for that. Okay, we can just use Jolt. It's fine.
Gearhead. So Gearhead is really exciting now. So after a survivor loses a health state by any means, while Gearhead is active, every time a survivor performs a good skill check while repairing, their aura is revealed to you for 8 seconds. This is free gen tracking.
Yeah.
Because you're going to hit survivors, it's guaranteed. And then you can bounce around generators really quickly, depending on the killer you are. What this reminds me of is, so old Tinkerer, it used to alert you when a generator was like at 80%, and it
70.
undetect. It was at 70.
70.
Right. Yeah,
Before
but
the
it gave
purge,
you-
it was 70. I think it's still
Yeah.
70 now.
So it will give you undetectable, allowing you to sneak up on generators and get a free hit, and then you would go and regress the generator, and then it would proc again the next time it got up to 70. So you could keep generators at 70% for a very long time, essentially. This occurs, so gearhead occurs at any time. The only thing you don't get is the undetectable, but I think that's fine.
To be fair, if you're just speeding there anyway, or you got something like
Let's say
terror
you're a
radius
Wraith.
increase.
If you're a Wraith,
Oh yeah,
this gear gonna be
with Silent
amazing.
Bell. You've got
Honestly,
the
I
undetectable.
I think builds are going to revert back to what they were pre
Ghost space.
whatever.
Yeah,
'Cause
just any
you're gonna
stalker
run,
perk. Yeah.
You're going to run the gen tracking perk, which is going to be gearhead. Then you're going to run a regression perk. Corrupt, you're probably going to run, and then you can run whatever you want, which is quite nice that we're sort of going back that direction, but on a smaller scale. You know, it's not going to be Ruin Undying, pop games lasting forever. You know.
Yeah.
Circle of Healing is getting gutted. So you can no longer heal yourself with Circle of Healing. You can only heal other survivors in it. So there is literally no point in running Circle of Healing.
Okay.
Dead Hard, another nerf. So Dead Hard only activates when you get a safe unhook.
About freaking time.
So people are probably going to run like Deliverance Dead Hard.
Just ban
However,
it.
It's
Just-
going to be so interesting now because you don't have to wait out Dead Hard anymore. You can just swing.
Yeah.
The only issue with this is people will start using sprint.
Oh, you
burst
can-
more,
you can-
people will start using
Yeah,
live more.
you can swing right at the beginning. If you haven't got
Yeah.
anyone hooked, you know you're sure, and you can just count who you've hooked and who you haven't hooked.
Yeah, exactly. So it's definitely going to be interesting play. However, saying that, there's nothing to discourage you from tunneling.
Do they only
because
get to
you know
use it
that
once?
The unhooker will have Dead Hard.
Do they only
So
get to use it
Dead
once
Hard-
after hook?
Dead Hard remains active until you get hit using Dead Hard. So if you use
Ooh.
Dead Hard and the killer waits it out and then hits you, you still have Dead Hard active.
Okay, so it's a bit
It's
more
only
fair
when
for
you get hit with
survivors.
endurance. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's a very good change because
Yeah,
good
this is
survivors are
fair.
going to hit it, and if you're not getting punished for not hitting it, which is really nice to see.
Yeah, this is definitely fair. I like this. Being, I'm more of a survivor main person, but recently I've been playing more killer. This is fine, I think. This is where
Yeah,
we
I
want to
mean-
be.
I main killer obviously, but I do play both roles, and Dead Hard is one of the most annoying perks on the planet. However, there's nothing bad about this change at all.
Good
because
change.
it rewards the good players still, and it doesn't punish newer players.
Actually helps because they're more chance of being hooked more.
Mm.
So they got that early chance of having that extra save.
But yeah, I can imagine like the good solo players are going to use Dead Hard Deliverance.
Definitely.
Overzealous. So Overzealous is a perk that Hattie came with, and when you cleanse or bless a totem, the perk will increase your gen speed. Which is fine, it's just extra gen speed.
We going
It
into a
didn't-
gen rush meta.
It didn't used to work on blessings, but now it does, so it's just like that extra little quality of
Yeah.
life update.
Yeah, you said this the other day, didn't you? We're going into gen rush meta instead of a healing meta.
No, I said the opposite.
We're going
So-
into a healing
Oh yeah,
meta.
no, you're right.
Yeah,
No,
because they're
sorry.
nerfing healing, aren't they?
We're going from a gen kick meta to an anti-heal meta, which means survivors are going to go towards gen rushing over healing.
Yeah. A lot more sloppy butcher.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think the thing is, we've got a lot of new. So we've got the old anti-heal perks like Thanatophobia, Sloppy, but then we have new stuff like Leverage, for example, which came with Skull Merchant.
Yeah. That 6-minute heal video was insane.
Yeah, but that's because they're using self-care. Remember, don't
Yeah.
use self-care.
They just don't. If you're using self-care, you're scum to your team.
You are throwing the game.
Yeah.
What else? We've got two more.
It'd
little
be
points.
better just to put no perk there,
Call of Brine. So Call of Brine's getting nerfed. So it's getting nerfed from 150% to 125. Fine, whatever. This is still probably the best kick perk available. Other than Eruption, because Eruption is... The nerf to Eruption didn't change anything. It still does the same amount of percentage. It still gives the scream, so it still does its job. Overcharge got nerfed as well. So the penalty for failing is lower, and the regression speed is lower. That's gone down to 130 instead of 200.
Interesting.
Healing updates. So, healing has gone from 16 seconds to 24 seconds for a basic heal.
Yeah. And all the things are set to 24 now, aren't they?
Yes, all medkits are 24 charges. So all medkits will give you one heal and one heal only, unless you use stuff like Built to Last and the add-ons that increase the charges.
You're gonna rely on add-ons now with the medkit, so you will be spending more blood points to get a decent heal now.
And the heal speed bonuses have all been reduced as well to
bugger.
coincide with that. I don't know. There's an interesting thing with the medkits because it's for all healing actions.
Yeah.
First, the issue with medkits was you could self-care in 6 seconds.
Yeah. You need medkits to self-heal.
Healing others shouldn't have been nerfed. So I'm hoping they go back on that.
Yeah, because I said this before. If you heal someone else, that's 2 people out of action, not doing gens. So it does help the killer with time to locate other survivors.
The add-ons have been changed to compensate as well. There's not really much to go over there. The blood web they've improved, so now you can sort of auto-fill it.
Yes.
It's a nice little change, but I would still like a spend all button.
Yeah, I'm fine with just doing it manually. I get what I want.
Yeah.
I don't get stupid perks like the trappers teethless traps. I really don't want to get those. So I'll rather manually do it.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. I'm still going to do it manually because the thing is, it prioritizes the lowest costing add-ons, and a lot of the time you're not using the lowest costing.
Can it prioritize highest costing? That would be nicer.
Yeah, I'd like to have the toggle option to swap it around. That'd be nice. That'd be a good improvement, actually.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can either hold the node in the middle, or you can hold the end nodes, and it does the thing. The only other update is quality of life again. So on mobile they have the visual heartbeat. That's now been added to the main.
Yeah, I saw that because I knew about the mobile heartbeat originally from ages ago. I just never played the mobile version, but now they're implementing it in this. It's going to be interesting.
So yeah,
I do have trouble with some of the killers because obviously their music's a bit different. Some of them you can't hear straight away.
So I know from using like terror radius perks like stakeout, the perk will start going before you hear the terror radius, which is a slight advantage. It's like saves a second or two. It's not by much, but I imagine this does the same thing. So this will technically be better than just using your ears. However, I've seen it and I feel like there's just too much going on my screen now. So I'd rather not. I'm going to be focused in on that heart rather than looking around. So I won't be using it personally. But it's great for people who are hard of hearing, for example. Yeah,
I was going to say as well, we've had people that struggle, like they're on Discord and they've just had the sound coming out of the TV. You know, they had their headphones in on their mobile and then they're listening to the sound on the TV and it's harder for them. So having a visual...
That's another thing, yeah. When I'm on Discord talking sometimes, I can't always hear what's going on in the game because I'm so focused on talking.
Yeah, so you can toggle the heart on.
Being able to see that will be a help.
See, yeah.
And that's it for Dead by Daylight.
Okay. AdSea, do you want to add anything?
Not really.
No.
I mean, that was extensive cover.
Yeah. You had some CSGO news, didn't you, Les?
Not really much CSGO news. I just wanted to go over CSGO 2. I've been watching it being played by like Shroud and Summit, for example. The game looks good. Like, it looks a lot smoother. I really like what they've done with the smokes as well. Have you seen what they've done with the smokes?
No.
So the smokes are now dynamic. So shooting through the smoke disrupts it and creates a little pocket of vision, which is really nice.
Yeah, didn't you mention this last week?
Did I?
I think you did, about the dynamics of everything, because I remember AdSea chipping in on this as well.
Then that means I am covering stuff I have already
covered. So
okay,
new CSGO basically is looking very good, and new stuff coming that has not been in other games to date.
Yeah, so it's mainly the smokes, the tick rate, and the updated visuals. I think it's in a much better position to compete with Valorant again now, as well.
That's fighting talk. That is.
It is. I mean, that's the thing. You have CS:GO, which is the classic mode, and then you have Valorant, which is like the Overwatch of search and destroy.
Which I still can't play without a blooming, what's it called? A VPN. For some reason.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's literally says, I've said to people, it's like, I can't play it, what's going on? It's like, oh yeah, you need to download a VPN and change your location. I was like, what? Why do I have to do that just to play a game?
To be fair, yeah, the Riot login does annoy me. I've
Yeah.
got too many accounts because it's just awkward.
I just uninstalled it. It's like, if I can't play it and they want me to faff around to play it, then it doesn't deserve to be played.
But yeah, I'm definitely going to get back into CSGO to prepare for CS2.
Yeah. I'm still waiting for Star Wars Hunters. When I find some news on that, I will report it, but at the moment, it's just in the dark. At the moment,
Yeah.
India and Australia get to play it, and the rest of the world don't.
VPN it.
I could VPN it, but that means forking out for a VPN.
That's true. But yeah, in terms of news, I think that's pretty much me covered.
It's like, yeah, okay. Do we have any Overwatch news?
No, I was playing it yesterday and there didn't seem to be any... Oh, there's the 5v5 mystery hero mode, which is now in the competitive playlist.
Okay.
So you can get ranked in 5v5 mystery hero, which is quite cool. A bit different. But other than that, there's not anything that I've really noticed.
Same old, cheaters everywhere.
Yeah.
Dominating unranked and ranked. I don't know why they go to unranked to cheat. But
yeah, that seems weird. Because I always play unranked now because you get such a complex diversity in ranked. You got players that are, just might as well be AFK, and other players that just carry you like a god. I mean, AdSea are like, should we just stay here and let the other people deal with it, and we just hold the fort. I was going to mention something. Oh yes, I had a cheater in DBD the other day. Fortunately, I don't think I was recording it or streaming it, but this person was literally teleporting as I was in chase, kind of like a low ping would work. But it definitely...
Oh, what, like lag switching?
Yeah. So I don't know if he had it on demand to stop himself being hit, but I had to then sort of predict where he was going to be because I could sort of time it.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, he was here 2 seconds ago, so I've then got to run up and then turn and hit, and eventually it did work, and I got him out. I just literally tunneled them out of the game.
Yeah, get rid of them. VPN it. Any form of cheating sucks in games.
Yeah. Even though it's
with the lag switching, right? I've seen about that on Apex Legends, where people actually use it for their advantage, because if you have high ping, high lag, you can peek around the corner and then pull back in, and whatever you see on your screen, the other guy in front of you will see later. So you can basically pre-fire and deal a lot of initial damage to the person before they notice that you're there.
Yeah.
Sounds like an LMG meta.
Yeah.
Pretty much. But that's like a feature in Apex Legends.
These games. Please fix the games. We don't want cheaters in their games anymore.
That's the thing. The issue with cheating, it's never going to be a problem that's fixed because it's a constant arms race for who has the best anti-cheat or who has the best cheats, and it will never end, unfortunately.
True.
But having said that, AI is looking to solve that. I don't know if you've seen, but there's been a video by, I think it was basically Homeless, discussing how AI can... So there's AI anti-cheats, but there's also a discussion about how AI can counter cheating.
Yeah, I had one of those and they banned me for playing fairly. I'm not going to lie. It's like, it needs some work on that AI because the AI is a bit stupid.
I think what I think would be the best anti-cheat or anti-cheaters program, ban the hardware. Right? Ban the hardware, not the IP, not the...
No, ban the websites that are supplying this because they are literally...
Itself, not the account. Ban the hardware on the PC.
That's the thing. I'm surprised that it's not people haven't been arrested for selling cheating
Yeah.
software.
It's because they use
It's-
VPN.
No, no, it's because it's their own like a program that they make. It's like it's not copyrighted by the game company.
It's Billy's school project.
Pretty much.
Legal to make, not legal to use.
Well, it's legal to use.
Yeah, well, it's legal to use because it's, you know, you paid for the game to do what you want with it. The problem is there is a T&C guide that says if you do this, we will ban you.
Yeah, a lot of stuff is like to do with the integrity of the game, and using cheating software goes against the integrity.
Yeah. I don't know. Some anti-cheat software is good. Wasn't there a complaint because some company did it so it literally tracked everything that you did, and people weren't happy about it. So, but it's still there. I forget. Was that Valorant?
I'm not sure.
I can't remember. It was one of them.
There was a guy who was like he's fighting cheaters. He creates the cheat programs basically where the cheater would either kill themselves or they stop moving or I don't know, do whatever.
Cheat software that's the opposite of what it's supposed to do.
Exactly.
I like that. I like that a lot. Be asking for refunds and they just don't reply, say sorry, no refunds or something like that.
True.
Your fault for cheating.
I've linked the video I mentioned in the link chat bit.
Oh, sweet. I can pop that in at the post edit. Oh, and also Legend has a video of I've forgotten her name. Skull Merchant.
Yes, 8 4Ks in a row. Very
Yes.
exciting gameplay. Go watch.
Yes. I even did Trapper like 4 games in a row. That was impressive. Something's happening with these survivors. Are they just not trying now? They heard Dead Hard's getting nerfed and they're like, oh, should we not even bother anymore?
Honestly, my main fear is everyone swapping over to Sprint Burst, because Dead Hard's fine unless you have someone using Auto Dead Hard, in which case it's the best perk in the game. But Sprint Burst is consistently really good. So if people just pre-run with Sprint Burst, there's not a lot you can do as killer, unless you're a catch-up killer like Nurse or Blight.
Or Life.
Live's not too bad because you can catch them on the window,
Yeah,
but then obviously they speed away, and then it's like.
I prefer it because it's more on demand. If you got a decent lip away from the killer in chase, you can just hit a pallet and take off. And many times I've lost a killer that way, especially someone like Huntress. She's quite slow.
With the healing update, hit and run's going to be a lot more prevalent, so you don't need to heavily commit to chases now. So it'll balance out. It'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to change my Legion gameplay.
Your Legion will be fine, because Legion, in theory, should be one of the best killers. Purely because...
Legion was the best killer after the original Purge, so is it going to be a reoccurrence for a second
Forever
Purge?
Forever Legion was brutal.
Yeah.
But, yeah, Plague, for example, as well. Plague is going to be really good, because these are killers that keep people injured.
Yeah. I think just any killer with Sloppy Butcher is going to be good.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Sloppy-
Apart from Nurse, because it doesn't work on Nurse.
That is true, actually.
So Thanatophobia you can run on Nurse, I suppose. Yeah, like Thana Leverage, maybe. But it's Nurse, perks don't matter.
What's going to be the best search perks after Purge 2.0?
The best what perks?
Searching, like revealing where the survivors are.
Gearhead, 100%.
Gearhead. Okay, so we're running Sloppy Butcher, Gearhead, and whatever else you fancy for the other 2 slots for your killer, depending on what
I'd
it is.
probably use Sloppy Butcher, Gearhead, Corrupt Intervention, and then probably a General Aggression perk.
Okay. So that's all we've got time for, because we're now at the 1 hour mark. Thank you very much for watching and listening. I hope you enjoyed the podcast. Thank you for my team, Legends and AdSea.
Thank you very much.
We're tuning in for next week where I have some more news. Hopefully we'll have some news on Star Wars Hunters, because I really want that game to come out so badly. I'm literally playing Overwatch just so I can get in touch with that game. Okay. Thank you, and we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.